Boys, we are back with another Premier League prediction video. It is round number 7, match day 7 for the Premier League here. We have Aston Villa versus Brighton. So on Pooky right now, I cannot predict it. The odds are not available for me at the moment, but we can still come up with our prediction. So let's look at the total right now. The total in Aston Villa and Brighton is sitting at 3.25. Both teams getting respect. Aston Villa at home getting a 2.45 odd. Brighton's 2.6 odd. Brighton's look pretty good. Let's go see how the games have been recently here. Okay, so Aston Villa just beat Chelsea 1-0. That happened over the weekend. Pretty good result. I actually thought Chelsea would have had I thought Chelsea was going to win this 2-1. I really did. When Aston Villa came off a hard-fought loss in the conference against Legia, I really thought Chelsea would be at home and get it done. But no, Aston Villa showed a lot of heart here and won 1-0. Brighton has been looking really good. We're going to forget about the AEK Athens game. That was pretty weird. But they throttled Bournemouth. And they throttled United in Old Trafford. So kind of hard to disrespect Brighton here. I think for this match, I would go 2-1 Brighton. I'd go 2-1 Brighton here. When that does open up for me, I will predict that. Wolves and Man City. Let's look at Wolves and Man City here. All right, Wolves and Man City, I really don't expect this to be much of a close game. I think Man City already had that with the Nottingham match. I don't think they're going to have another close one with Wolves. I do think even though they do play away from home at Wolves, I'm thinking 3-0. Let me just double check the odds to make sure there's nothing I'm missing with that match when it comes to Man City and Wolves. The total's at 3 on the dot. 3 on the dot actually has me thinking a little bit. The initial thought was 3-0. I think I'm going to be a little weird here. I'm going to go 2-0 Man City here. Let me put the right ball on it. So if I'm going under, I got to use my Tottenham ball here. So I'm going to go 2-0 for Man City here. Even though I think 3-0, 4-0 is very likely impossible, I think 2-0 is a way to go against the grain and still get the right result here. So 2-0 to Man City. We have Man United and Crystal Palace here next. Let's go check it out. You got 2.75 as a total. Man United, a big favorite here. I feel like Crystal Palace is being a little disrespected in this match, right? And Man City have to think about midweek Champions League at this point. They only beat Burnley 1-0. They've had some rough results here in the Prem so far, right? Losing to Arsenal, losing to Brighton. I will say, though, Arsenal, Brighton, and Bayern back-to-back for matches, pretty tough. It's pretty tough for United. So maybe not hold it against them, but I'll be honest, they really did not make the other two look that close. The Bayern match, we can say it was 4-3, but we can be real with ourselves. It never felt like it was 4-3. It felt like Bayern were never losing that game. And then we have Crystal Palace here, who know how to shit on a game very well. 0-0 against Fulham here. They lost to Villa 3-1, 3-2 against the Wolves. Kind of a tough one. I think United should win. I don't see how they lose to Crystal Palace, but the amount of goals in the game is what's concerning me here. I think I'm going to go 2-1. 2-1 United makes me wonder about 2-0, 3-0. You know what? I think I'm going to divert. I think I was feeling 2-1 at first. I think I'm feeling 2-1 at first, but I think United get it back on track. They don't concede. They don't concede in Old Trafford here. So we'll go 2-0. For United. West Ham and Sheffield United. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Sheffield United had a crazy result last match, right? If I do remember correctly, they lost 8-0 to Newcastle. They lost 8-0 at home to Newcastle. I don't know how that happens in the Premier League, but it did. So let's go see what the books think about that. So West Ham, Sheffield are coming. It comes out to 2.75 total. We have a 1.48-ish line for West Ham here, and they're at home, right? Blowing bubbles, the hammers, all that good stuff. I think I'm gonna go 3-1 West Ham. I don't think Sheffield United gets shut out 2 straight games, but I don't think you concede 8 goals and figure it out and just not concede any. So I think I'm gonna go 3-1 West Ham here for this one. We have Bournemouth, Arsenal. Bournemouth haven't got a win this season yet, unless I'm mistaken. No. Bournemouth do not have a win. Still looking for their first win. They're going to be at home. Some low-scoring results here, right? Under 2.5, under 2.5, under 2.5, under 2.5. 3 straight matches at home. All have gone under 2.5 for Bournemouth here. Arsenal games have been pretty high-scoring for the most part in league play. Arsenal last match was 3-2 against Bournemouth. I think some weird result here needs to happen. I'm feeling a weird result here. I know it's very easy to go over 2.5 Arsenal win. I think I'm only going to go 1-0 Arsenal. Just a weird 1-0 Arsenal match. And I know it sounds crazy. It's not going to seem genius, not going to seem brilliant. But my idea is Arsenal win and the game goes under 2.5. So I'm thinking 1-0 or 2-0 Arsenal. But I think I get more points on the 1-0. So I'll go 1-0 Arsenal there. Everton, Luton, battle of relegation. Pretty big game for both these teams here, right? Or Everton did have a really nice win, though, which kind of propped them back up here to 15th. But we see Luton down here at 18th. Basically, they need a win. They need to win pretty badly here. Everton at home has been pretty bad lately. You know, 1-0 loss, 1-0 loss, 1-0 loss. I feel like against Luton, though, I feel like what better time to get this done than beating Luton like 2-1. I think a 2-1 win over Luton is what makes me feel like this game's going to go that way. So I'm thinking, yeah, 2-1 win to Everton on this match. All right, Newcastle and Burnley. Newcastle and Burnley. We're sitting at an over-under of 3 on Newcastle Burnley. Newcastle significant favorites. They're coming off that 8-goal win that we just saw already. Burnley are at 9 odds to win. What's Burnley odds to score? I think this is the one I'll try. Let me see if Burnley odds to score on this one. Basically 50-50 on Burnley scoring. I think Newcastle with a 2-0 win here is what I'm feeling. Newcastle having to worry about midweek matches, coming off that 8-goal performance. I feel like they kind of settled down a little bit for a 2-0 win over Burnley here at home. Then we have Tottenham versus Liverpool. Let's look at the standings, right? Straight up, we have 2 versus 4. No losses for either team yet. So both teams are undefeated. Tottenham coming off that 2-2 draw versus Arsenal. And Liverpool is coming off a nice 3-1 win over West Ham. Also, Liverpool have not dropped any points since the first match day against Chelsea. I think the one result that keeps sticking out to me in my head as I look at the match is 1-1. I am feeling somewhat of a 1-1. But the total is 3.5. Damn, I don't know if I can get away with that. I'm thinking 1-1. I think with the total at 3.5, everybody's going to have it going over, but I have a weird feeling it just ends 1-1 for Tottenham and Liverpool. Nottingham Forest and Brentford. 2 teams I can't say I'm exactly super familiar with other than Nottingham Forest goalkeeper Matt Turner. I mean, I would say Nottingham played pretty well against Man City to only lose 2-0 in City. Beat Chelsea, which is a very good result for them. Lost to Burnley 1-0. Lost United 3-2. Not a big crazy goal differentials in these matches, right? They either lose by 1 or they draw. Brentford losing to Everton, I think was one of the crazier results last week. I know, like I know Newcastle won 8-0. I think Everton winning 3-1 was even crazier than that. Either we go with a crazy kind of draw result here, 1-1, or we just back Nottingham. And I think I'll do that actually. I think I'm going to back Nottingham for a 2-1. Haven't done just a simple 2-1. I feel like I think I'm going to go 2-1 for Nottingham here, and then we have Fulham Chelsea here. I got to stop backing Chelsea. It's almost like an addiction at this point. I don't even like Chelsea, but I keep backing them on the predictions, I feel like, and I should stop. I was thinking maybe 0-0. You know what? It does. You know, it feels like it just feels like a stupid 0-0. Straight 0-0 in Fulham Chelsea. One of the games got to be 0-0. I feel like I got to predict one every week. And that concludes the Premier League predictions. If you want to predict on the same website as me, just go to the link in the description, click on that, and then you can add me as a rival, iForenzic, and you're good to go.